All right, are you guys ready for some meat and potatoes? Welcome back. Hit that like, share, subscribe buttons on the bottom if you're getting value out of this and want to see more of what we're doing here in the future. We're diving back in with Tim, and he's going to evaluate some of our properties and really talk about some of the things that he offers in his course. Stay tuned, stay with us, stay till the end. I guarantee you won't regret it. All right, so
So
Tim's gonna be brutally honest. This is one of our properties. This is the back end of what you see on Airbnb. So guide me through this, Tim. Where do we need to go to you for you to evaluate this?
so even this, like, for anybody who has listening, if you see those boxes right there at the top, those are just kind of some new updates. Those aren't anything crazy.
Okay.
So scroll down. Let's just do. Let's edit your. Actually, first, let's do the preview of this property.
Okay.
Scroll up, and on the right, hit that little eye, top right, and we're gonna hit preview listing.
Okay.
So in any platform, whether you're viewing on a desktop or your phone, your first 5 photos matter the most. What I'm always preaching, tell as much of the story in your first 5 photos, because that's going to entice someone to now click on it. If I'm viewing it on a desktop, you can see I actually see 5 photos. On a phone, it has the ability to swipe through 5 photos before you need to then click on it. So we need to give them everything that they can handle in the first 5. And so well, I like to teach is to go with, you're going to want a kitchen, a bathroom, a bedroom, a living area, and then your 5th photo is something unique about the property, because
Okay.
we want to show as much. What do people care about? We want to, the bathrooms, the kitchen, the living room, where they hang out, and something really unique about the property, and obviously the bedroom, because that's where they're sleeping. So just right off the bat, I always help. I don't. I just tell people, if that works for you, that works. But I would switch out the photos. That's what I would do right off the bat.
Okay.
Into one of the, kitchen, bath, living room,
Okay.
bedroom, and something unique about the property. Just because this doesn't tell me enough about the property right now.
Okay.
I like the
So,
exterior, like the
so
exterior looks nice.
specifically with this one, I tried to test this picture of with the review in it, and based on some of our analytics and our bookings, I don't feel like it's working. Would you confirm that that is not a good beginning profile picture?
Yeah, I don't love it personally.
Okay.
One one kind of test does your and anybody can do this in your area specifically. Go on your phone specifically, type in Airbnb, search some random dates, and just start scrolling. And on your phone, just scroll through what's available. Don't stop and swipe. Just scroll slowly, and just ask yourself, what property stood out to me. Just one photo, no other information, just the photo. You want that first photo to just pop, and we need it to be an attention grabber to stop people in their tracks.
Okay.
And so ideally, you want some color. We want something really interesting in that. Something might be really unique. So my properties, proper like, and I also customize this based upon the time of year. So a property of mine has a hot tub, and we're getting into the slow season. It's also cold in the winter. Hot tub is really appealing right now. That sets my place away from many other locals. So I have a nice drone shot, kind of angled down at the hot tub.
Okay.
That's my profile shot right now, because that's going to stop people and want to look more.
Okay.
Um, if it's got a really nice, we're talking otherwise a really nice bedroom shot, something with some nice colorful wall art. If it's got a really nice outdoor amenity, and we're getting into the summer months, I do virtual twilights, for my properties. So I have a virtual twilight, and it'll probably be the campfire with chairs around, and basically just you're setting the scene for what people are going to feel inside that property. That's what I try to do through my verbiage, through the photos. Let people feel what it's like and really imagine what it's like to sit there and be there. Um,
That's
but
really good because it's all about the hospitality and the experience of what you're offering somebody that's going to allow you to raise your prices, right?
Yep. This is yes, that's the it's not just one singular step. There are things that are a little more important than the other, but let's just say there's 10 steps. You do step 1 through 10 correctly, and that ultimately increases the perceived value, and we're now able to charge 20, 30% more than our next door neighbor and
Okay.
still get booked, because we
Okay.
just look like we're better.
All
Not
right. So we've talked about pictures here. Let's go a
so
little bit more in depth in pictures. Based on the pictures that we have right now, I'm
I
gonna
can
scroll
tell they're
through.
not professional.
Okay. Yeah. So
And I
what are we looking for? How do you know that they are not professional?
Well, one, I try to not get super picky in this, just because, like I say, I am a photographer, so I know exactly what I'm looking. I try and see it
Right.
through the eyes of like just a consumer,
Okay.
someone who's going to book this place. We want all our shots to always be wide angle. A professional photographer is going to have a wide angle lens. Um,
Okay.
they're going to shoot at about like 3 to 4 feet off the ground, so it's going to show a lot of floor, not as
Okay.
much ceiling, which makes the room feel big. Um,
Oh, good.
and
That's a good
everything's
tip.
going to be very vertical. So like all of your lines are very like everything's like kind of slanted downward. Everything's going to look very like straight and narrow. Um, Go to that bed shot. It's a really good bed example. Go up one and that shot. So that one. So one thing I teach people like in the course, and anybody, this is nothing proprietary by any means, is when I've shot real estate versus when I shoot short-term rentals. Like let's say I shoot real estate for this real estate agent, it's much different because people want to see how big the room is when they're buying a home. In the short-term rental world, unless you got this beast of a room that's got like, it's a king bed suite, let's just call it, where we really want to show like, wow, this room's huge. If it's not that, like if it's not like, whoa, I would like to see this photo specifically, zoomed in inside the lens or cropped here, basically just to the left of that nightstand, and then just to the right of the bed, because the most important part of the room that people are actually wanting is the bed. That's what they care about. So
Okay.
it's less about the room, more about the bed.
Really good tips, man. This is really good. I'm just going to scroll through the rest of these real quick and see if you see anything else.
And so you've got it done right too, where you have the photos categorized in, within each bedroom. That's really important because people are going to want to see where they're sleeping, and they can do that with ease without even clicking into these photos.
Okay.
Even just to move, like that's kind of the gist of like that bathroom. Bathroom is nice. I would definitely make that, get that in your top 5 photos.
Okay.
Because that's where people, like people spend time there. They shower, they get ready there, and
Yeah.
it's a nice bathroom.
Okay. So of what you've seen so far, what should be our main photo? Let me scroll through here. That was the second bathroom.
Your like your
What should
cover
be?
photo.
Yeah. Before we get a professional photographer here, and to work with what we've got right now, what should be our main photo?
It's getting cold there, right?
It's starting to get cold. Yeah, it's like 30, it's like 40, 45 degrees right now.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be anything outside. Scroll to the very. Let's just go back to your. Just click to the left tab and go edit listing. Yeah, you can even stay on this page because I want to come back to the description. Just go to the next tab over and then do edit photos.
Okay.
Because then I'll be able to see what you're all working with. Do change photo.
Okay.
It's going to show a bunch of options. That's why.
Yeah, and as another thing, I've got 89 photos on this property. Is that too much?
So, yes, I would yes, people aren't going to look at them because they're going to get this property. Just from what I've seen, you should probably sit between like 35, 40 would be like max.
Okay. Awesome. Great
That
tip.
I will just, everything that matters that they can't live without, that's hit them with that.
Okay.
I think the nicest looking photo that you have right now is actually at the top, on the top right. It's that living room shot.
So
Yeah.
just drag that over.
Of what I've seen right now, you just click it.
Okay.
Yeah, of what I've seen right now, that's what I would use.
We'll make that the one right now, and I'll go back later and get rid of some of these photos. And then obviously we need to get some professional photography. All right.
Yes, go back to the other tab where I actually see the.
Okay.
And then scroll down a bit. So now that we're what a viewer would see, keep scrolling down, and then you're actually I want you to click on the, so now stop, and then click on the show more tab where your description is right here.
Okay.
Now we can see the whole thing.
Okay.
So without even seeing your backend, are you using all 500 characters? At first glance, it's probably not.
This top part, no, we're probably at about 350 or 400.
Yeah, so I would suggest most certainly use all 500 characters, like
Okay.
literally right to the limit of 500. What what I like to do in the about this space, it's because that's what people see very first. Keep things very short paragraph like. If you were to keep things very punchy and basically just hit on the very key highlighted points of your property, because
Okay.
that's how they can see, and then use the section that's the space, use that section to kind of basically tell a story about your property. So
Okay.
here might, like in the about this space, just kind of even rewording a little bit, it might be um well, let's just even go down into the space. What I specifically say about the space: paint a picture as if I just pulled up into the driveway, what
Okay.
I'm seeing and what I'm feeling, what I'm hearing, what am I thinking, and then paint that picture. But do it in very short paragraph form. And then as I'm walking through the front door, what am I seeing? What am I, what do I feel? What am I seeing when I'm sitting on the couch in the morning, sipping on my coffee? Like,
Yeah.
what am I looking at? Just paint the picture of what the experience is like at the property. Um, but keep it in short paragraph form. Don't be wordy. Couple sentences each, and then break it up with paragraphs. Basically, just to make it really visually appealing. I don't know if you know this or not. Airbnb did just make this change, so I could be wrong on this. You actually can have emojis in your descriptions,
Oh,
but
did they just do that?
no, the little hack is you have to do it on your phone. You can't do it
Okay.
on your desktop.
Okay.
But they just changed it um, so that my listings are, you could quote unquote call it grandfathered in. So the emojis are kept, but you couldn't make a new listing right now and make emojis, but you might be able to add them in on your phone since this listing was already created. But
Okay.
so yeah, that's that. If one big thing that I do on the from an SEO and description side, anything that you think would pull people in from external traffic. Let's say I'm coming into the area and I don't specifically know what's around you, but let's just say I would just type into Google like um, house near airport in
Yeah.
Lakeview, Longview, or whatever. I
We
want
have
to have
specifically, we have a big hot air balloon thing every year here that brings
yes.
a lot of people in.
So I would have any keywords that bring external traffic. I would have them in your description, and then I put them in caps. I want them to jump out. So in pretty much every line, I'll have the word restaurant that jumps out, a venue, an event, um, like hot tub would be capitalized.
Okay.
Things that really just jump out to people's eyes, and then definitely include those in your description, because Google will bring external traffic and literally directly to your listing.
That's
Just
awesome. What a tip, man.
so I'm on Airbnb.com, and I'm going to do this completely raw. I'm going to click into type a location where I have properties. I'm just going to go into the future a little bit and select completely random dates. Let's do random amount of guests, 4, and I'm going to hit search. And we talked about SEO. We talked about why search matters. That's my property. This is my property. That's my property in the first 4. And so just to even show that as well, page 1. Imagine being on page 11, right? Our property isn't getting booked because people
Nobody's
aren't,
getting there. Nope,
nobody's getting
nobody's
there.
going to get there.
And so let's click into, so I talked about like this, this listing specifically. This was the hot tub one that I was talking about. Living room, bathroom, kitchen, bedroom. This is the bedroom shot that I was talking about. So
Yeah.
this is a master bedroom. So I wanted to show the whole big bedroom itself.
All right. So from what you just taught me, this is everything that's been implemented. Is we've got the experience of your property in the first 5 photos, and specifically, we're seeing on a phone that first photo as I'm scrolling
Yep.
through. A hot tub is an amenity that most people don't have, and so you're showing, hey, I've got one of these. Come stay with us. Plus your other 4 photos there. Walk me through one of the rooms, the kitchen, the living room, and a picture of the bathroom. Very
Yep.
clean photos, very good lines, good lighting, great stuff here, man.
So thank you. And so when it gets to the warmer months, this is my cover photo. It jumps out to people. It's got the virtual twilight, so it just jumps out to people that to stop them from scrolling. This
Okay.
property, this is I'm not. It's a humble brag. It's a big property, so I go a little bit out of order. It has literally so much to, so I kind of jump around a little bit to just show the best of the best
Okay.
up front. This is something I do on all my properties. I
Oh,
do.
that's good.
Yes, so again, I'm a photographer, so I'll shoot this, I'll bring it into Photoshop, and then I just give them kind of pinpointed ideas about what's near them from the air.
Hey, real geeky, real quick. What kind of drone do you have?
The Mavic 2, the Mavic.
Mavic 2 Pro?
Yeah, yep. I don't think it's the Pro actually. It's just the
Okay.
Mavic. Oh, DJI Mavic 2 Air. It's the Air, not
Okay.
the Pro.
Awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, they got that. I think these are super valuable. It shows people. It shows people. Then I talked about before. Now my photos will actually walk you through the property, so it'll start
Okay.
you from the entry, what you see, and I just kind of walk them room to room. But
Okay.
getting into that, like we talked about the description, this is what I was talking about here. So every single character of that 500 characters is used, and I'm just throwing punchy highlighted points uh, in that description with capitals, in the words that I want people to really stand out.
Okay.
Then this is here is where I'm really trying to tell a story from start to finish as I come down in here about what they're going to feel, see, um, and experience basically. And then
Dude, I'm sitting here thinking I got to get busy. I got to get busy, get this stuff done. This is so good. We talked about emojis before, and that's having those blue and yellow and red marks in there is such a
like
reference point.
it's nice to the eye. That's all. And then you have your call to action here, call to action there. I always add this in at the end. Any like key points that people might want to know, I just have them right. And it's always a driving distance too, and then
Okay.
I'll put those in there.
Okay.
Every single property, like in my opinion, always should be appealing to families.
Yeah.
Always have a high chair and pack and play. That's kind of just minimum.
Okay.
But then, yeah. So I mean, I was certainly happy that these actually showed up and didn't. But that's the cool part. So like here, you have this one thing you could do you can get. So here you have living room, bedroom, kitchen, bath. Something unique is just it has a nice electric fireplace. You can get if your TV comes with YouTube TV or whatnot, put that out, have that symbol put on there. Again, I'm just kind of I'm
That
trying to
graphic
tell.
you put on there manually, right?
Yeah, like I did that. Yep, I did that.
Okay. In post editing.
Correct. Yep. I'm trying to tell as much as I can in one single photo. That's always the objective.
Yeah, that photo is so good.
This one?
Yeah, looking at it from my computer view right now, it looks like this dude just drew all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the lighting's perfect, the stuff stays right. It does tell a story. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. It's a type of photography, and not every photographer is going to shoot the same. I don't have to get into that. It's a type of photography. It gives you a certain look.
Okay.
But yeah, specifically just kind of diving into the course that we had talked about a little bit about.
Yes. Yeah, let me preface this a little bit for you because you've given away a ton of value for free already on the show by going through my listing, by going through some of your listing. If you're cool with it, we'll get together next week and do some more of this. But I want to plug you for a second. Tim Venus, 7-day BNB Academy.com. We'll put a link in the description. He's got 2 courses, which he'll show you in a second, that give away a massive amount of value. And one of those courses, you can be directly connected to him so he can help you with these things on the level that he wants to set right on the direct connection there. It's an insane amount of value that especially for the lower end course, you're probably not going to find this much value in some of the other courses that are offered out there. Would I be right in saying that, Tim?
Yeah, definitely. And the true like division of the two sides, which I'll get into in just a second, will be just the amount of support. that you're going to get like, physically one-on-one. But you can come to 7daybnbacademy.com. You can come to the website. You'll see there's a 20-minute video here. Gives away lots of goodies, just kind of the whole process of how the business works. It's free. As you kind of scroll down here, it'll give you the process of what this course is really built out to be and what it looks like. You can click through these and kind of see exactly what's inside of the course. And then as you scroll down, you'll see some reviews, kind of what comes with it in the nitty gritty side. And then it comes down to, I have 2 different packages. One split up into the course itself. The other is more support based. And then I have a image right here that kind of shows some key highlights of what comes with it and then what doesn't come with it. But you'll notice here, the higher end package simply comes with the support. So you get a special Facebook mastermind group. You get a bi-weekly Q&A call with me on the call where you can ask me questions. I will personally verify your first property, basically just give you the assurance and the confidence that you've chosen the right one. And then a one lifeline call. I call it a lifeline call because in this business, you're going to be in a situation, you really don't know when it's going to come up. I'd save that call for when you really need it. I'm going to give you my personal number and you're going to give me a call and we're going to solve the problem together whenever that comes up. But some really, really, this is kind of just a breakdown of everything that kind of comes in it. But some, you get your contracts. Those I've had looked at by attorneys. I would certainly suggest that you have an attorney look at it as well in whatever state you're in. Teach you how to build the business credit right here to make sure that you're not, destroying any personal credit or personal attachments to these properties.
That's a huge point, Tim, and that we'll get into that more next week when we talk again.
Yeah. I mean, just simply you want as little on your personal name, on your credit, on anything as you possibly can. And then like we just showed in a little, like we just showed how to rank number 1, how to get at the top. But for this entry level, the $295, it's a absolute, seriously a smoking deal.
That's a steal. That is a steal.
It's just the support. Like the only difference here is at the end of the day is the support. And there's a ton of value in that as well. And how, whatever one fits your boat at the, you can always transfer from one to the other. But I wanted those 2 pricing tiers to kind of fit what people were looking for and kind of fit a broader perspective of people's needs.
Yeah. Well, Tim, thanks so much for joining us on the show, man. Look forward to diving in more with you in the future. I'm excited for the value that you've offered our viewers, and I'm pumped about the value that you've offered me. There's a ton of things that we can do. To be honest, we're ranking in the top right now, but we're not getting the financial results that we want to get. So I think there's some things that we can implement. I know there's some things that we can implement from your processes in order to get us closer to that level that I'd love to talk to you more about, not just for me, but for everybody else out there. So again, thanks so much. I really, really appreciate it. A ton of value, dude. And I'm thankful that my brother connected us, man. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's cool following you and seeing your journeys and everything you're involved in. I appreciate the time and having me on. And I'm probably going to go buy some Christmas lights now.
Well, if you need any help designing those,
I know a guy.
Yeah, you know a guy. If you're watching this on Goswick Lane, if you want to do your own Christmas lights and make them look professional, that's lawnandlight.com. We walk you through the whole process to make those things look awesome. So just a little plug there. Is there anything else, Tim, that you want to plug as far as your Airbnb stuff or anything outside of that?
If you're wanting to learn for free, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all at the _7daybnb Academy. And I post stuff every day for free. Go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, even if you want to just stay on this on your own, I would definitely say just do it. Yeah, that's all.
What I would tell somebody, lastly, if you're just starting this process, if you can find it in your budget to pay Tim that $19.95, it'll be one of the most important things that propels you to having a better property than, say, if you can cut it out of your furniture budget. If your furniture budget was 10 grand, if you can move that down to 8, I promise you that return will come back probably tenfold. So find that money somewhere in order to be connected with this guy, because he knows what he's talking about and can help you get to a level that, we've got 6 properties. You're going to help me get to a level that I couldn't get to previously, unless
Yep.
I put in about a solid 50, 70, 100 hours of solid focused thought and training. And I probably still wouldn't get to that point of where you're at now.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Enough fluffing you up. Thanks, man. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being here on Goswick Lane. Remember, love God, love others, and let your work reflect that. We'll catch you on the next one.